Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another World of Tanks Xbox One video with the Beard guys. Today we have got 2 rounds to bring you. I thought I'd throw a little bit of extra in there for you. We've got 2 especially nice T29 games, both of which I was platooned up with Lammy at the time. And this is the first one where we're bottom tier. Well, it's a tier 8 game, we're tier 7 on port, and we do pretty well. And the second game is a even more beast game. So so do stick around and check both those replays out. I can assure you won't be disappointed. So we are on port. What we decided to do here, this is a really nice position to go to in something like a T29 because, well, maybe not sitting in the middle of the road like this. We're just pulling over to get a shot on the motherland. But this little area that I'm now moving into, perfect T29 terrain because it's got that nice sort of undulations where you can sit your tank in and get it hull down. And if you're only showing your turret to people, the front of your turret, then it can be pretty hard work to damage you. So fluffed a couple of shots there on the motherland, sadly, but not too worried about that. We've managed to get ourselves in position. I've got Lammy parked up just behind me, and we're feeling pretty solid. So just looking back over these guys, they've pushed really hard over the bridge. Normally you'd expect maybe your team to peg the enemy back here and then be fighting more. The Reds would probably be in that E0 sort of square, shooting from there, but sadly they have pushed straight through. But that's kind of good for me because it brings these guys into my line of sight a lot more. If they're up E0, they'd be a little bit further around the corner. I'd have to expose my tank a little bit more to get the shots on them. So there we go, we've managed to get a couple of damaging shots on them. We're just going to be patient and just wait for them to show themselves through some of these very narrow lines of sight that we have here. It's been pretty interesting recently playing, because I've been playing the Tiger a lot on PS4 obviously, and that's the first time I've really played the Tiger, so it's nice. There's always the age-old argument of what's better, the T29 or the Tiger. And it's I don't think that argument will ever be resolved. But it's been interesting to have a proper crack at the Tiger, to see how it compares. It's really difficult to say. I feel like probably, I don't know. I need to go back and play the T29 more. I feel when I'm playing the T29, I feel like I'm in a tough tank that can bounce shots, and if I get it in the right position, it's like practically invulnerable. I feel that I could fight off 5 or 6 enemies if they're at a sort of mid to long range and I was hull down. I wouldn't be too worried about that if they were sort of even tiered anyway. Whereas if I was in a Tiger, I wouldn't feel as comfortable in an outnumbered situation because it's just, the armor's just crap really. I mean, you can bounce an alright amount of shots from people who don't know where to shoot you, but that's really all you rely on, is people not knowing where to shoot you. Whereas for the T29, it's not so much of a problem. You know, you can go through the commander's hatch when you hold down, but it's not easy to go for, even if you do know where to shoot. It's fairly unreliable. Whereas the Tiger, like, it's got the flat little bar at the front, so even if you're side scraping, unless you're just poking the back of your tracks out to bait shots, then people can. Side scraping is not super effective because people can just shoot that horribly flat armor that just shows. If you want to shoot someone when you're side scraping, you're going to be showing that flat armor at the front of your tank. Here's a nice shot on the motherland. Goes through no problem. So you actually managed to bounce a shot on the side of the T29 there rather nicely. So certainly the Tiger is capable of bouncing plenty of shots, and I have bounced a bit in it, but nowhere near the toughness of the T29. It does have the hit points. It's got, was it 1400 or 1500 hit points in the Tiger, so very nice hit point pool. But I find it relies a lot more on just sitting there and just soaking up damage in its hit points rather than actually trying to be tough like a T29. So it's difficult. I mean, it's got the higher DPM on the Tiger. I think it's a close battle. I guess if you were both just sat out in the open in a field, then you'd expect the Tiger to win because it's got the DPM. But why would you be sitting out in the open in the field in a T29? If you are, you've done something badly wrong. It's a bit like saying, I don't know, what would win if an IS-3 and like a Borsig were stood face to face. Like, well, the Borsig could be hiding in a bush and you wouldn't have even spotted him, so doesn't really feel like a fair comparison. So here we are. We've decided to move back. I noticed that this flank was getting pretty smashed. Lamb's pushing up and sort of hassling the other side, and I wasn't getting too many shots done. So we've pushed in. We've still got full health. And a lot of these guys are pretty low, so, and the gun is very strong on the fully upgraded T29. Not that you need a strong gun to go through the back of a motherland. So yeah, I can't give you a definitive answer on the Tiger T29 debate. I like both tanks. I think they're both nice vehicles. Tiger's certainly much more of a sort of snipey tank. If I get spotted in that, I'm a lot more wary than if I've been spotted in my T29. Unless I'm very stupidly being caught out in the middle of the open in my T29. But yeah, it's a toughie. I am enjoying the Tiger a lot. It's nice and mobile as well. I like that. And you know, it's a Tiger. It looks cool. There we go, nice little shot, finishing off him. Only 5 enemies remaining. One of the other obviously nice things about the T29 is its excellent gun depression. The Tigers isn't terrible, especially after I've spent so much time driving Soviet tanks over the last few weeks or months. The Tiger's gun depression is a welcome change, but the T29's is just fantastic, and allows you to shoot down on people very comfortably like this. And you forget sometimes you're driving tank when you get spoiled and you drive tanks with good gun depression all the time. You really do get spoiled because it makes such a huge difference to your game when you're not able to do so. So a little bit unlucky to bounce on the Tiger 2 there. He was pretty heavily angled, maybe a little bit over angled, but he seems inclined to help me out and angle more. Then it goes low, goes into his tracks. But this has proved to be quite a nice spot to come up on the bridge here at the end of this game and get some nice shots. And there we go, finally set one of them on fire and do a bit more damage. And really at this stage we are just mopping up these last 2 chaps here. We've barely lost any health, still got Lammy involved. Can we get one last shot on this Black Prince? Oh, we get a tracking shot. Very kindly decides to spin round though, show me his rear and his side. And we managed to stick one more in there. Can we get one more in there before he goes? Looks like he's going to sneak away into cover and escape us this time. And there he goes. Lammy gets the kill. Kill number 3, I believe, for Lammy. Let's have a look at the post-game results. So there we go, 3,300 damage, mastery 95% and 1,700 base. Very good round from Lammy, 1,900 base XP and similar amount of damage, giving us a Brothers in Arms medal for 3+ kills each and both surviving. So very, very nice. Nice to be top of the scores in Tier 7 tanks in a Tier 8 game. Let's have a look at game number 2. Okay, so here we are, game number 2. We are on Siegfried Line, and this is the big one. If you thought the last one was a nice game, that was a mediocre game. This is a nice game. And a bit of a different one as well, a bit more aggressive. I think the matchmaking's a bit kinder this game, so it's definitely a case of getting a lot more stuck in on the front lines rather than, I guess we took quite a defense, well, not defending the base, but defensive position in that we found a sort of central area that had lots of hold down locations last time and just camped there and shot on the enemies who were moving into our vision. Whereas this time it's more about just charging in there and shooting all the reds while they're still remaining. So again, we got me and Lammy platooned up together. One of our favourite platoons to roll together, the T29 platoon. Really, really satisfying to do, especially when we get nice matchmaking. But it's also one of those tanks that I find it's not. Some tanks you get bottom tier matchmaking and you just want to put the controller down and like go and make a coffee and just come back for the next game. But T29s, they're not too bad at it really. Fully upgraded. If you know how to play it, you can get yourself in a sensible position. There we go. Very nice first opening shot on the KV-85. Sets him on fire. And it looks like he is just going to burn. There we go. 1 kill down. 12 damage ribbons with our very first shot of the game. This is looking promising. But yeah, T29, it's not too bad of a tank. It's very, to have bottom tier, it's very accurate. We go. We've got another KV-85 who seems to have got himself in a bit of a pickle and is just sat there. And we're pretty exposed here, but I reckon I can kill this guy in 3 shots, so decide it's probably worth finishing him off before I go back into cover. I don't mind eating a tiny bit of damage at this stage in the battle. It's maybe a little bit overzealous, but I fancied it. So there we go. We got him down. That's 2 kills down. And managing to bounce pretty nicely off our front armor there. Mostly thanks to the fairly nice matchmaking we have in this game. There we go, just reverse into our little mate, and there is Lamb Crank guarding the other pathway. See if we can just sneak a shot over his head. We can. Snuck that one through out of nowhere and grab 3 kills very early on the game, barely 2.5 minutes down. So here we go, here's target number 3, right out in the open, a fellow tier 7 tank, the VK30D. Unfortunately just managed to move himself out of spotting, but we've got a nice Churchill one sitting over here. And the shot just goes horrifically low, unfortunately. But we shall endeavour and try it again. There we go, nice shot into the side of the Churchill. Just try and back up a tiny bit, see if Lammy wants to take a shot. He's gone, VK is back though, which is fine for me because he's nice and close. I can aim in a lot quicker. Does make a big difference when you've got to aim in on those distant targets. And here we go. Here's surely going to be the kill shot on the VKD with my damage gun. And actually going to now we're on 4 kills, 19 damage ribbons, and a lot of tracking assist as well. We're actually going to do the rest of this game with a broken gun because I think I repaired my tracks in that very early encounter, so I didn't get caught out in the field. And yeah, it's going to be a fairly tasty round. I didn't realise that I had my... Jesus, that was... Wow. Well, I thought that narrow shot on the Jagdpanzer earlier was a tasty shot. But that one with a broken gun, I think that one takes it. Kill number 5. So here we go. We've got the Churchill. Not feeling very confident at this sort of range of hitting him. So it's really getting to the stage where I'm going to have to move in close now. I don't know what this guy's doing, just driving headlong into a bunker. Come on, mate. Get out of the way. There's a guy I want to shoot. What are you doing? There we go. That one goes nice and straight, but unfortunately I think that dropped slightly into the dirt just before him, so it didn't quite connect. So we can try again. Look at that aiming reticule. That's pretty horrific. Again, drops very low. Decided to drive myself in a smidgen closer to see if we can connect a shell. Bounce that one off his hatch. Rocket straight up in the air. We'll zoom in and we'll try again. At least he's tracked now. He's not going anywhere. And there we go. We finally pick up the kill. Grab the top gun. Probably would have done that 3 shots ago had my gun not been damaged, but there you go. Such is the way of WoT tanks. Carefully change direction. Me and the light tank, I think they're almost driving ourselves into the drink. Surprisingly easy to do on this map. I have definitely had that happen to me before. My controller batteries have died and I've just gone driving straight into that lake. So here we go. We're on 6 kills at this stage, and 6 kills, a lot of health, 4 enemies left. You're thinking Bradley Walters. Let's have a go, right? We need to get stuck in. We've got a damaged gun, so it's not going to be too easy. And we've got a lot of teammates, which never really helps Bradley Walters because you don't want your teammates to kill anyone. Obviously, you want to kill them all. So here we go. All the enemies seem to be huddling around this one spot. I'm just going to sit here and shoot them because I know I can take the shots, but I'll still back off a tiny bit there. Here we go. There's the enemy artillery. I know he's going to be a one-shot if I can hit him with this damaged gun before anyone else does. There we go. That's kill number 7. 3 enemies left. It's not looking too bad. We just need to get one more to get that Bradley Walters. Oh, he's going to sit in front. Can we hit the ML? So lucky with the damaged gun to hit that shot. So fluky. Oh, here's a Nashorn. That's got to be kill number 8. Gotta be. No. Yes, there we go. Kill number 8 on the Nashorn. And 1 enemy left remaining. Hellcat, who it's gonna be pretty lucky if he gives me that shot. Unfortunately, he's not going to. He's gonna loiter back there. Oh, where is he? No. Oh, I missed my chance. Probably could have hit him there. Could have got number 9. But I think the Type T34 has got this one under control. But there you go, really enjoyed that round. I was glad I was able to bring that to you. 25 damage ribbons, albeit with a fire at the beginning, so that does beef that up considerably. I think we got 12 from that one shot, didn't we? But 3,800 damage, 3,000 blocked, very nice amount of block damage. I think that's probably more than I've managed to block in my Tiger so far in any game. And we got a Radley Walters, as well as Steel Wall, and a few other bits and bobs, high caliber, as you would expect from a game like that. Very, very nice. Only one mark in my T29, because when I used to play it a lot was before MOEs were implemented in the game, so I'm tempted to go back and get my 3 MOE on the T29. I think I could probably do that. It's a tank I tend to do pretty well in. And there you go. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the little T29 fest that we had today. Let us know what you thought about it in the comments. Always interesting to hear what you guys have to say, and we do make a point of reading them all. Nice one. Alright, well, thanks very much. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. My name is Ben. We are the Beard Guys, and I'll see you next time.